Hi guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. My name is Damilola. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching us how I go about this Victorian corset. So this will be the pattern drafting, alright? So guys, if this sounds like something you want to know, can you please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. So guys, without further ado, let's dive right into the video. So guys, to begin with, we are going to be drafting out the front first, and this will be the pattern drafting. So the next thing I'm just going to go ahead and do is to rule out our basic measurements the way we used to do. Just go ahead and rule your starting line, your bust point, your under bust, your waistline, and the hemline, which is known as your hip line, okay? Where your corset will be stopping. So that's what I'm actually doing right there. Please go ahead and take your proper measurements, then go ahead and rule the vertical measurements. And if you're familiar with my videos, and you should know I'm actually conversant with this, I do this so much, okay? So from there, I'll just go ahead and label it out as my hairstyle, my bust point, my under bust, my waistline, and my hip line. I'm so sorry guys, I don't know, this pencil is not actually obvious for you guys to see, but later on you will later see what I'm actually doing. Just go ahead and trace my hand, you get what I'm trying to say, okay? So guys, the next thing to do now is to measure our back measurement, which is also known as our shoulder measurements, which is 8 inches. So guys, I'm going to make a point there, okay? Then I'm going to come to my neckline, even though we are not needing this part, but if you want to add yoke, so this is the essence of it. So I'm coming down by 3 inches by 3 inches, and which is a standard measurement of a round neckline, okay? So then I'm just going to go ahead and connect, okay? So you're just going to go ahead and connect with your curve ruler, and if you don't have a curve ruler, just go ahead and use your hand and make a very perfect curve, right? So from there, I'm going to come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope, then I'm going to slant it all the way to the neckline, okay? Come down by 1 inch, then slant it all the way to the neckline. So after that, we are going to form our armhole line. Then the standard way to get it is by dividing your bust point by 6, then add extra 1.5 inch to it. So then I have it to be 7.5. So that will serve as my chest line. Just go ahead and roll across and name it your chest line. And there are other ways you can get your chest line by coming up by 2 inches from your bust point, okay? That one actually is totally fine. But for this particular video, I'm dividing my bust by 6, then I added 1.5 inches to it. So then I'm just going to go ahead and connect it straight to my chest line, which is also known as my armhole line, okay? Go ahead and make a straight rule from your shoulder slant to your armhole line. So to get your shoulder curve, your armhole curve, divide your bust circumference by 4, then you make the point somewhere around there. So I have mine to be 9 inches. So then I'm just going to go ahead and find the midpoint of the armhole line, then make a point there. Then I'm going to come in by half of an inch. So guys, this is what I actually do more often, okay? So I hope you guys should actually be familiar with this, okay? Just go ahead and make your curve, okay? So after that, after making your curve, the next thing to determine now is your bust span, which is officially known as a nipple to nipple measurement. So dividing your nipple to nipple measurement, a standard way to get it is divide your bust point by 6, your bust circumference by 6, then add extra 2 inches to it. So I have mine to be 4 inches, then I'm going to mark 4 inches all the way from the bust point to my M line, which is also known as my hip line. Then I'm going to go ahead and connect in a straight form, okay? Go ahead and connect in a straight form. So guys, the next thing to do now is to determine your bust tightening. So I'm going to come in by 1 inch on both sides, okay? If you are on a smaller bust, you can come in by 1 inch on sides towards the armhole and ½ inch towards me. But I want to split the 2 inch is, so that's why I'm using 1 inch on both sides. So then I'm just going to go ahead and connect all the way to my under bust, okay? Just watch me the way I'm doing, then repeat the same process, okay? So this is actually simple. So the next thing to do now is to make our contour, which is also known as the, our contour, which is also known as where our boobs will be sitting. So just come down by either 1 inch or 0.75 inch, then you make a curve. Please, when you want to make this curve, make sure one part is not deeper than the other, okay? So that is why I splitted it into two, okay? Just make sure one part is not deeper than the other, since it's a corset, so that it won't later give you issues. So from your hemline, we are going to be extending the line, but we're not going to be making the hemline 1 inch by 1 inch. We're just going to make it just only 1 inch. Then you're going to divide the 1 inch into two by half inch, okay? Then you're going to connect all the way to your hemline, which is known as your hip line, by ½ inch in a slanted way. So that's what I'm actually doing right there. And so sorry guys, I don't know, my camera is not actually capturing all the way to the hemline, but just follow me the way I'm doing, okay? So from there, the next thing to determine is to determine how you want your corset to cover, like how covered you want it to be. So I'm coming up by 1.5 inch, okay? If you want it to show more your cleavage very well, you can come in even by 1 inch. But if you want it more covered, you can go up by 2 inches. But the highest way to go up is by 2.5 inches, okay? But I'm coming down by 1.5 inch. Then I'm going to go ahead and connect all the way to my armhole line, all right? So from there, to serve our bust tightening for the upper part, I'm just going to come in by 1 inch on both sides. But before then, go ahead and find the midpoint of your armhole. I have mine to be 5. So dividing it by 2, I have it to be 2. Then I'm going to connect it all the way to my bust, like to my lines. Just watch me the way I'm doing, sorry. Just go ahead and watch me the way I'm doing. So guys, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, kindly please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. So like I said earlier, I said you're going to come in by 1 inch on both sides, okay? So that's what I'm trying to do right there, okay? Just go ahead and make your curve very well, okay? If the covering is not actually connecting it very well, feel free to use your hand. So from the 1.5 inches we came up earlier, just go ahead and come in by one inch on both sides, okay? And you can actually make 0.5 inch on both sides, but I want my home to be firm at the upper part, so I'm coming out by 1 inch on both sides. Then I'm going to use the curvy parts of my curve ruler to curve it, okay? I'm going to go ahead and extend it the way you see me do. So guys, don't hesitate to subscribe to this channel, because so many tutorials and fans beginners is coming on this YouTube channel. So I want you to subscribe, like, and share. Please, I'm begging you guys. So then just go ahead and connect all the way to that point, okay? So then remember we took out 2 inches from it like that, okay? So then I'm just going to go ahead and repeat the 2 inches. I'm going to replace the 2 inches to my armhole. So the essence of doing this is for you to have your accurate, measurements, okay? So that you won't get loss of fabric when you're sewing it, okay? Just go ahead and extend the 2 inches to it, okay? And I want you to know that the parts there will be cut out, all right? So guys, the next thing to do now is to take our body measurements. So I divided my waist by 4. So I'm just going to make a point there, but I want it to be a little bit snatched. I don't want it to be too snatched. So I'm going to be removing 1 inch away from my waistline. So then I'm just going to divide it by 4, okay? After removing 1 inch, whatever I get, I'm going to divide it by 4. Then I'm going to go ahead and mark it there. Then I'm going to repeat 2 inches for that intake to hit. I hope you should understand what I'm trying to say here, because I'm actually conversant with this as well. So the next thing to do now is to connect all the way to the hemline. Please, when you are taking your body measurement, make sure you replace those that intake we took out, okay? Please and please replace it. So then just go ahead and connect it all the way. So I don't want that part to be too sharp. So that's why I went ahead to use my free hand to do that. All right. So the next thing to determine is our sweetheart neckline. So at this point, it actually depends on you if you want it more deeper or more shallow. Okay. So I will just be coming down by 1 inch all the way. Okay. So I'll just be coming down by 1 inch all the way. Then I'm going to go ahead and make the perfect curve, okay? Just go ahead and make your perfect curve. So guys, I told us earlier that there will be the pattern drafting. So our next tutorial will be the sewing part, okay? So after you making your sweetheart neckline, the next thing is to extend the second dart leg to our armhole. Since I'm making it armless, so I'm going to extend it to my armhole. Even if you are adding yoke, go ahead and extend it as well, okay? Extend it to your armhole. So I'm just trying to find a perfect way to connect all the way to the armhole line, okay? So don't mind me the way I'm moving my armhole around. I'm finding the way to connect it perfectly. So guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and shift the subscribe button, okay? Turn on the notification bell in case if I post any new video, you'll be the very first person to see it. Okay guys, the next thing to do is to make um our boss our side darts, okay, sorry, our side darts. And remember, I used to repeat this, that our darts for the front, our half length for the front and for the back is different. So since it is different, just go ahead and remove your back half length to your front half length. So whatever remains, just go ahead and take it as a side dart. So the reason why I used to say this constantly is because we are working with her different sizes, okay? So mine is 1 inch, and if you measure yours can be 1.5 inch. Just go ahead and make it there, okay? Bring it out there. So the next thing to determine is the second dart leg, and the reason why this is called a Victorian corset is because it has so many dart legs, okay? So you can either come from the part towards me there, then measure it and find the midpoint, and that's what I'm actually doing right there. Then you connect all the way to the sweetheart neckline, okay? Go ahead and connect all the way to the sweetheart neckline. But I want you to know that if you don't want your second dart leg to be towards that side, you can use towards the armhole side. Just divide whatever you get there by 2, then make your straight line, okay? So I want mine to be towards me, so that's why I went ahead to divide it by 2, then I make a straight line. So you can decide to make it a straight line if you don't want it to be too snatched, but I want it to be a little bit snatched. Then I'm going to come in by 0.5 inch on both sides, okay? From the M line, which is known as our hip line, just come up by 1 inch or 1.5 inch, then extend that leg to it, okay? In a slanted form as well. So guys, I hope what I repeated here is actually clear enough for you. So just go ahead and repeat the same thing I'm doing, okay? So then the next thing I'm just going to go ahead and do is to shaping everything out with my marker so that you guys will see it enough, okay? That it will be obvious for you guys to see. So guys, don't forget to subscribe, like and share, because the only favor you can do me and the only way you can encourage me is to subscribe, like, share, and comment, okay? So please don't forget to do that. So guys, after making the points there, I want you to know that the upper part will be yoke, but I will not be needing yoke for mine, okay? So I'll not be needing yoke for mine at all. So from the M line, I don't want it to be too straight, so I'm going to come up my 1.5 inch, then I'm going to just make little curve, okay? Little curve close to my that leg, okay? So that's what I'm trying to do right there, all right? So the next thing I'm just going to go ahead and do is to cut out. But before cutting out, I want to roll the center so that you guys can see it. And I'm going to go ahead and name it, okay? Go ahead and label it, because when you cut it out, there will be so many pieces and you can go ahead and make a mistake. Just go ahead and label it like center front 1, center front 2, or center and side front 1. Or you go ahead and label it 1, 2, and 3, right? So the next thing I'm just going to do is to cut. So guys, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, okay? I told us earlier that so this will be the part 1 for this. So there is also part 2, the sewing part, okay? So guys, I want you to join hands and support me, please. So guys, if you notice that the two side legs for the upper part is actually, one is longer than the other. So the part towards the side that you know is actually shorter, just go ahead and add extra quarter of an inch to make it the same to the other, okay? So guys, this is after drafting the front. This is 1, 2, and 3, side fronts 3, center fronts 1, center front 2, okay? So please, when you want to cut the center front 1, make sure it is on fold, as you can see, okay? Make sure it is on fold. So the next thing is to go ahead and draft our back. So to draft our back, I actually decided to fast forward this part because actually this is actually common in my channel. Just go ahead and rule your basic bodies out. And if you're a beginner watching this, I don't know how to rule it out, to make to draft out a basic body measurement, just comment on the comment section, then I will do justice to that. So the next thing to do is to take our back measurement like the way we repeated for the front, okay? Come in by 1.5, like around our neckline for the back, okay? If you are adding yoke, just come in by 1.5, come down by 1.5, and come in by 3 inches. So I'm working with a neckline of 3 by 1.5 inches for the back, okay? So repeat the shoulder slants, the process way we did for the front, okay? So just go ahead and make 1 inch, then rule our shoulder, our armhole line, which is 7.5, then go ahead and rule it across as you see me do. Then connect all the way to the nines, okay, to the chest line. Connect all the way to that point. So guys, to make our armhole curve, here I'll be explaining a little bit because I'm not going to be coming in at all for the back as well, okay? I'm just going to be making the curve all the way. Just going to connect it all the way to my bust point. And actually, this is actually totally optional as well. If you want it to be like that, and if you are even coming in by half inch, it is actually totally optional, all right? So it doesn't affect anything, but I'm just going in by that only, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and use my marker to shaping it out so that you guys will see what I'm actually doing. So guys, from there, the next thing to do now is to break out, to make my important lines as you see me do, okay? Go ahead and make your important lines as you see me do. So just repeat the same process I'm doing. So remember, we are still going to be taking our darts here, and I just decided to do it this way first, and I'm just going to do it this way first, as I see me do, okay? So the parts, the shape that I'm actually making for the back, we are not going to be using that one. We are still going to create another one, but just follow the way I'm doing, okay? So the next thing, after making your body shape, okay, the next thing is to measure your nipple to nipple for the back as well, like the 4 inches. Draw it, make a line all the way from your chest line to the hem line. Okay, this is also the same process we did for the front. Okay, so guys, for our busts, for our darts for the back, just come out by 0.75 inch on both sides. Okay, come out by 0.75 inch on both sides. Okay, then connect all the way like so. So for your hip line, to connect it to the hip, sorry, remember we came up by 1.5 inch for the front. So go ahead and repeat the same process, then make another slant all the way to that point. All right, make another slant all the way to the point. Okay, see, so guys, by doing this, so that means we are not going to be using the lines we drew for our body measure, our basic body circumference, because we are going to be extending the 2 inches to it. Okay, the 2 inches we took out, we are going to be extending it. So from our waistline, so guys, from our waistline, just come in by half of an inch, then connect all the way to the hemline, and for the back, connect towards connect all the way like so in a slanted way. By doing this, you are eliminating the bulginess, okay? So the next thing is to create our neckline for the back. So I'm just going to connect my armhole, like I'm going to make a point connecting a curve from my armhole to somewhere around my chest line, okay? I'm just going to come down by um half of an inch below my chest line, so that will serve as my neckline. So the upper part will be the yoke if you are adding yoke to it, okay? So guys, the next thing to create now is to create our second dart, okay? But before creating our second dart, we have to replace our dart leg for the first one, okay? Go ahead and replace it the way we normally replace it, because if you don't replace it, your fabric will be short, okay? So I don't want to have issues with that. So replace it the way we normally do, and that's what I'm actually doing right there. So then I'm just going to go ahead and replace 1 inch for my hip line, then I replace 2 inch to my waistline. And if you notice my bust point, I don't take any darts from there, so that's why I did not add any darts, any replacement to my bust point, okay? Just go ahead and connect all the way like so. So the first body measurements will not be needed. So we are going to be working on the second part, okay? The second body measurement, as you see me do. So guys, the next thing to create is the second dart leg for it. So I'm going to go ahead and make the second dart leg towards the side of my armhole, okay? The side towards me, that's where my highlight will be sitting, okay? So guys, to create that, just go ahead and place your tape on your waistline, then divide it by 2, whatever you get, divide it by 2, then go ahead and make your straight line all the way. So guys, if you don't want it to be snatched, you can just go ahead and leave it that way, okay? But I want mine to be a little bit snatched, so I'm going to remove half inch all the way from it, okay? Just repeat the same process, come up by 1.5 inch, then slant it all the way to the hip line as well. So that's what I'm doing right there. I think this actually simple enough, okay? It is very detailed enough, okay? So guys, the next thing to do now is to bring out our eyelets, where our eyelets will be sitting, okay? So guys, the next thing I'm just going to go ahead and do is to come out by 1.5 inch. So if you don't want yours to be too open, just come out by 1 inch. So I'm not going to be making a straight line all the way, but I want mine to be a little bit slant. So that's why I'm bending my curve rule, like my curve ruler like that, okay? But if you want it in a straight form, feel free to connect it in a straight form, okay? So I'm just going to be making some dots there so that you guys will know that that's where my eyelids will be sitting, okay? So the next thing I'm just going to go ahead and do is to label it. Please do not forget this part, because this part is actually tricky when you are sewing it down, all right? So the next thing is to cut out. So the point that I'm cutting is I'm going to just pay full attention to where I'm cutting. But if you are cutting the front first, just know that the upper part is your yoke, all right? So guys, we are coming to the end of the tutorial, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Share with everyone that you know is into fashion, okay? Just go ahead and share it, okay? So thank you for doing this. So I'm just trying to pin it down because I don't want it to start moving around. So this is my back, my back measurement, okay? So that is all for this tutorial, and as you can see, I've gone ahead to label it. So by labeling it like this, you can never make a mistake. So guys, this will be the end of the video, and if you find this video helpful, kindly please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, okay? And I'll be saying goodbye from here. See you guys to my next video, guys. I love you all. Bye.